Hello, Ben Franklin here. I'm at the Rhode Island Convention Center, and behind me you can see a large crowd of people gathered for a very special event. It's something that you 21st century people call a comic convention, which is nicknamed a ComicCon. And apparently this is something that happens all over the country, perhaps even all over the world. In my quest to explore all the new, fascinating, and unusual experiences this future world has to offer, I traveled to this fine town of Providence, Rhode Island, to discover what a ComicCon is all about. As you can see from the many different people in all sorts of outlandish costumes, this is truly a sight to behold. To a stranger like myself, it almost seems as if a spaceship from another planet had landed here and disgorged both aliens and humanoids for the purpose of attending this rather odd event. To give you a historical perspective, however, since this gathering is meant to celebrate the art of comics, also known as cartoons or popular art, I actually have a personal connection to this phenomena from my own life. Did you know that I was responsible for this country's very first editorial cartoon back in 1747? So in that way, I was one of America's first cartoonists, which qualifies me to report my observations to you in this television, is that what you call it? News story. This event is apparently quite popular. So much so, in fact, that many people who came here early Saturday morning to buy their tickets at the door were somewhat disappointed to learn that very few tickets were left. So dozens were turned away with no hope of entering the convention center that day. Some had even traveled from miles away to get here. The only thing they could do at that point was either get back in their cars and go home, or stay in town, wander the streets, and do some sightseeing in the wonderful town of Providence. Of course, many of these Comic-Con fans were quite a sight themselves, as they hung out on street corners, restaurants, and shopping malls, and otherwise entertained the locals with their colorful attire. For the lucky ones who did have tickets, it wasn't so easy for them, however, as they had to wait in long lines that stretched for blocks around the convention center. A few enterprising aliens took advantage of the wait to entertain the crowd with their rather peculiar out-of-this-world dancing. Reporting from Comic-Con, this is your humble servant, Ben Franklin, in Providence, Rhode Island.